Okay, so I haven't done one of these videos in a while. Why is that? Why have I not done one of these videos for a while? Well, because I've been busy and I've also been ill and lots of other excuses, and I just can't be asked. Just can't be asked. Just one of them people that just can't be asked. Anyway, so the new Gladiator trailer has just been released. Hang on, let me just put my little bell end on. Is that better? I think that's better. Down in your soul. Yeah, so I saw the trailer and didn't like it. Didn't like the trailer at all. So I did like a re-edit of it without the Jay-Z music, without the Kanye music, and got rid of all the sound just completely actually. And then I just put the Hans Zimmer music over it and made it shorter, made it more, just put all the good bits in there, got rid of all the dialogue bits, and I think I made a better trailer. I mean, it's all right. I did it in like 3 hours. So I rushed it to be honest with you. But anyway, to be honest with you, watching my trailer, my re-edit, and you can watch it. I'll put a link to it at the end of the video. But like watching my trailer got me more excited for the film than the actual official trailer. You know, the trailer with Jay-Z and all that. And it's not to say that I hate that music. I think that music works well with a certain type of movie. Like I think they used that song for the film Safe House, which is another Denzel Washington film, and it worked well for that because it suited for that. But for this Gladiator movie, it's the sequel to the Russell Crowe movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, and they just got it wrong. They got it completely wrong, and it's that Hans Zimmer music that really gets you in the mood. It really gets you going. It like makes you go, yeah, this is cool because it works better with the images. But yeah, everyone and their mums is going on about that and saying the exact same thing. So the opinion there isn't really anything different. But I do have some positive things to say about this trailer because number one, I love Denzel Washington. And okay, some people are saying, like, well, hold on, he's black. Should he be there? He doesn't look very Roman, he doesn't look very Italian. I'm okay with it. Number one, because it's Denzel Washington and he gets a pass. It's Denzel Washington. He gets a pass. Also, the Roman Empire, they conquered most of the world. They went all over the place and conquered so many people and enslaved so many people and then also recruited as well so many people to replenish their ranks. And so, yeah, you probably would have had some diversity. You probably would have had some black Romans. If you watch the film Centurion, there's a character in that played by Noel Clarke who got cancelled, by the way, a couple of years ago, which is a shame. But anyway, point is he was playing a black Roman soldier, and it was okay because they explained it in the movie. So if they explain Denzel Washington's backstory, who is he, what has he done, like how did he get there to that position, that sort of thing. If they explain it, I'm okay with it. Also, Pedro Pascal. I like Pedro Pascal. I like him in, he's obviously the Mandalorian. I liked him in The Last of Us. He's been in lots of stuff that I've liked. He's a good actor. I like him. And actually his character seems quite interesting out of all, like if you watch the trailer, his character seems kind of interesting because he's like, they're sort of making him seem a bit like a villain, but actually like there's moments where you get this sense that maybe he has to sort of follow his orders, if you know what I mean. Like he has to, like his duty is getting in the way of his morals, if that makes any sense. So he might be an interesting kind of character, and like obviously you see him fighting the main character in the trailer, and maybe he doesn't really want to fight this guy. Maybe, maybe he's just following orders because there's two emperors. There's two emperors. I don't know if that's historically accurate, if there was two emperors at one time, but yeah, like I think he's kind of like a character who is sort of on the bad side, but he's kind of like he's not a bad man. He's bound by royal decree to go and do awful things. Like if those two emperors who are obviously the bad guys, if they said go burn down that village, he would be like, "Oh, I don't want to do that, but I've got to because they're my bosses." So yeah, there's not a lot I can do. So I feel like his character will be kind of interesting, and as I say, I like Pedro Pascal. Okay, yeah, the main character, the main actor. Again, I don't really know this actor. I think he was in something called Normal People. It was just about some guy and a girl in a relationship and they have sex a lot. I haven't seen the show because it looks kind of boring. It just seems really really awkward. And I think he's kind of I think he's like a rising star right now, and I think he's done some things. Let's throw him in this. Let's throw him in Gladiator 2. Let's throw him in that. He's that actor. This is his big moment. I think this is his big break. But what do I think about him? Well, just looking at him, I think, okay, yeah, he's got in shape. He's got some muscles. He's obviously worked out, but he ain't no Russell Crowe. He ain't no Russell Crowe. He looked like a tough guy. And I feel like that there's certain things that you just can't teach an actor. Like an actor just has to be a certain type. So like when you look at Clint Eastwood, he's got that mean face. He's tall, he didn't go to acting school to learn how to look that like that. He just looks like that. To be honest with you, if you look at Russell Crowe in the first Gladiator movie, he didn't look like super duper ripped. Like he actually looked a little bit chunky, a little bit sort of, I don't want to say fat, but like he doesn't look like he's like, oh yeah, look at my abs. He look obviously he looks like he got into shape and he put on some muscle, but I'm saying like I don't think he really needed to. Like right now Russell Crowe has put on a lot of weight. He is quite a large guy, and he was in a film where he played a psychopath, and he was like massive in that. But he was really good in it, and he looked intimidating, and he looked scary. So if anything, like it's not really about muscles. Muscles aren't really a thing. Like you could not be muscular and still be intimidating and scary and imposing. And so anyway, the point I'm just trying to make here is that this guy, he's no Russell Crowe, but I will give him a chance. I will give him a chance. However, though, I think that the storyline, from what I'm seeing, again, I don't know the full storyline, but from what I'm seeing, the idea of this guy being Lucius, the kid from the first movie, I think that sucks. I think that's shit. That's a terrible idea. Like I could think of a much, much, much better idea for a Gladiator 2 movie.
Welcome back to Gladiators. Let's meet our new gladiator, Chlamydia.
I could think of a much better idea. Like the idea of like having this kid who obviously admired Maximus and he obviously he liked Maximus and he thought he was cool and everything. He looked up to him, and then having him grow up to then suddenly going through the exact same thing that Maximus went through, I just think kind of sucks. Like it's shit. It is. It's crap. I would have done what I would have done is I would have had a completely brand new character, and I would have had him already be a gladiator in the arena in the Colosseum. And it starts off with a big fight in the Colosseum, and then I would have had that gladiator win his freedom. Like maybe Lucius is good friends with the emperor, with the current emperor, and he says, "Hey, look, that gladiator, I think he's really cool, and he reminds me of Maximus. You could get Chris Hemsworth or something to play him, and he's been doing it all his life. He only knows how to be a gladiator. That's his life. And anyway, he basically says, "Hey, look, I think you should free him because I think he's pretty cool." And then the emperor's just like, "Yeah, good idea. You know what? I'm gonna free him." And then the gladiator is freed at the very beginning of the film, and the storyline could have been about a gladiator who, as I've said, he's only known one thing his whole entire life, and now he's lost his purpose. Now he's like, well, I thought I was gonna just be a gladiator for the rest of my life, but now I'm free. Like what do I do? What do I do now? And so therefore, maybe he goes on an adventure. Maybe Lucius, the young boy from the first one, he's like a politician or a senator or whatever, and he maybe hires him for a job or hires him to be his bodyguard or his protector, and then something happens, and then the gladiator, like his purpose is now to go on this adventure and get revenge or something, you know, that would have been a much better storyline because it wouldn't have been a complete rip-off of the first one, but it still would have been a sequel, and it still would have been about a gladiator going on some sort of adventure somewhere, doing something. But no, what we've done is we're just doing the exact same storyline with Lucius, because I don't know about you, but like I never saw Lucius as like a character who was going to grow up to be an action man. You know, like in my head, I always thought Lucius, the little kid, I thought he would grow up and like live a privileged life and just be, just be sort of like a spoiled rich kid who's not a bad fella, but like he's I didn't think he would go down this route, and I just feel like it's just a bad storyline. So yeah, I'm not liking that. But I will say, as I said, some of the images that we're seeing in this trailer, like seeing Denzel in a movie, Pedro Pascal looks cool. You know, the visuals look cool, like the water battles in the Colosseum. Believe it or not, that's all true. Like that is actually historically accurate. Like they did put a load of water into the Colosseum and flooded it, and then put boats in there, and that's actually true. So that's exciting. And yeah, overall it does look kind of exciting. It does look exciting. Like I will go into it with a big open mind, and I will try and enjoy it. And it could just be like a really really good action film. And yeah, the bit with the rhino looks pretty cool, and there are some as you say, some visuals there that look pretty cool. I don't know if they've spoilt it a little bit though, because there's like a bit where like you see a woman with a bow and arrow, and then you see her shot with the arrow. Um, Also, another thing, the actor, I'm sorry if I'm going to mispronounce your name, but he was in the first one, and that's Digimon Hussein. I think that's his name. I put a picture of him there. He's not coming back for this film, so that kind of sucks. So I really liked his character in the first one. He gets the best line, but apparently he's not coming back for scheduling conflicts. I think Derek Jacobi's going to be in it. Connie Nielsen's back as well. She's in the trailer. So yeah, I mean, it's just the trailer music really that I have an issue with, and thankfully you're in this. You're able to re-edit trailers yourself, and some other people have done re-edits of the trailer as well, and probably doing better jobs than me. But I thought I'd do it myself because I wanted to see the images from the trailer with the Hans Zimmer music, because that's what gets me excited, hearing that music. And actually, Hans Zimmer isn't coming back to do the music for this film, which is a shame. But I think Harry Gregson Williams is doing it, and Harry Gregson Williams is a good composer. But I hope he uses the same music. Like, obviously, make some new stuff, but like, I hope he brings back some of the variations of the songs from the original Gladiator. And
Let's meet our new gladiator, Vaginal Discharge.
look, okay, final thing that I'll just say. What excites me about this film more than anything, like, because obviously people have said, what's the point in making a Gladiator movie? What's the point? There is no point. They should have just left it as one movie, and that's it. It was perfect. Leave it as one movie. Russell Crowe got the Oscar. That's it. But the idea of Ridley Scott making an epic Roman movie, despite the fact that it's Gladiator 2 and it's pointless, like, doesn't matter. That's exciting. And Denzel's in it as well. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking now, but those are my thoughts on Gladiator 2 and the trailer.
Film. It looks more realistic than Kingdom of Heaven or Robin Hood. If we're talking about your
Sir, fuck you, fuck you. Thank you very much. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Go on. Sir, go on.
I look forward to seeing the film, despite the fact that it has problems, and it might be crap. It might be crap, but I'll give it a chance. I'll give it a chance. I think what would have been great if like Ridley Scott did exactly what he did with the Alien franchise, like when he made Prometheus. He could have called it Alien Prometheus, but he decided to call it just Prometheus, and I feel like that's what they should have done with this. Just call it something else, like the Blood of Rome or something. Ghosts of Rome or the Colosseum. Yeah, it's just that Jay-Z music, isn't it? It's just the Jay-Z music. It's just because they mentioned the Colosseum in the music in that song, so they thought, oh yeah, let's put that in there. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now because I'm getting a bit tired and yeah, I want to go. So yes, Gladiator 2. Let's be open-minded but cautious. And yes, okay. Goodbye.